you all have any questions. So as you can see, we're on the time card. You can see the holidays that occurred that will be paid out, and you can see all of the hours for each day kind of at the bottom. So you'll see total hours, and each day will have a summation of the total hours. So that way, at a first glance, you can kind of see if anything, up front looks kind of out of line. So
Just
if
real
you're
quick,
going through, go ahead.
just just real quick, as a disclaimer, I know there are probably people looking at the 24th. The 24th is paid. I've already talked to payroll about that. So as a disclaimer, even though you don't see it on there, it will be paid. But go ahead, Lexi.
Correct. Yeah. And so Farley, you'll also see that in all the reports, even though it's not on the time card. Yeah, like you said, we'll make sure that that comes through on the reports and is paid out. So like I said, this is just the overall time card view. So if you're doing this, in real time, you'll look, kind of looking at each day, make sure everybody's, clocked in for each day. If they're missing days, you can connect with the employees. But Farley, does this time card look correct? Does anything need to be edited or changed?
Evelyn, Evelyn, can you chime in on this because this is your one of your supervisors?
I'm sorry. I was talking and I was on mute. Yeah, so some hours are missing on there because of the issue I mentioned yesterday, Farley, that it wasn't loading on my end to be able to see the employees' hours.
Okay, what day is missing?
So she should have 80 hours, including the 24 hours holiday.
Okay, what am I missing? What day is missing besides the 24th? The 24th is going to be added in there.
The
So
31st is missing.
okay, so
Yeah, if you know those hours, we can walk through adding those hours now if
Yeah,
you know them off the top of your head.
yeah, the hours that she works is 10:30 till 7 o'clock, and she goes on break from 3 to 3:30.
Okay.
okay, go ahead, Lexi.
Yeah, so Farley, you are right on the money. This is exactly what you would do. You essentially just put the time card in edit mode. So all Farley did was just click, in the white time card area. So now you're able to make any edits or changes. So now he's going to block an amount, kind of make a block of hours, if you will. So he can simply enter in the start time as well as the end time. And then we can also kind of add in the break later, or we can add in the break now. It's up to you.
We'll do what you said first. All right,
Sure.
Evelyn, what are the hours?
10:30 p.m. till 7 in the morning, and she goes on break from 3 a.m. till 3:30.
And then what was the end time?
7 o'clock.
On the first, correct?
Correct.
Farley, it'll auto-populate. The system will read kind of midnight and it'll stay. So
Okay.
yeah, you'll be good. But yeah, as you can see, all he did was enter the start time and the end time for the total shift. It's just a normal punch, nothing crazy about it. You can enter in any notes if you want by typing in the box, but if not, you can just hit save. Alrighty, and so as I mentioned, the time card is still in edit mode. So in order to kind of save or populate your changes, you'll hit show results in the left-hand corner. And so now you can see that the shift has populated. So what we can do is in order to add the break, we'll put the time card back in edit mode by clicking the white space. And then we're going to add a record, and you can do an hour record. And then here we'll do the punch time, and then we'll edit the type of punch to a meal punch. So when did she take her break? Was it 3 a.m.?
Yes, 3 a.m. till 3:30.
Perfect. Okay. Exactly. You can just hit meal. And of course, if it's a 15-minute break, you can also do this to add, of course, a break as well. Any notes here if need be, and then you'll hit save. And then again, we want to populate the results, so we'll hit show. And let's see.
I think it was off the date. The date was off.
Yeah, so all you have to do is, again, put the time card in edit mode by clicking the white space, and then on one of those, you'll just change the date, and it will populate once we show.
Which one is the edit?
So I think this one is 3:30 to 3:58. So that one looks
Wait a
like
minute.
it's in real
Yeah.
time. So I think if we hover over the other one, then we can hit edit
Which
and that
one?
pink
Okay.
menu bar. Yep. And then you'll just hit that edit and then change the date. Let's see. So
Or the date is. Oh no, it's not. I know why.
yeah.
Because it happened on the first.
Mhm. Perfect. Yeah, and so that will show kind of the total amount of hours if it's added later. So that's kind of showing you how to add a meal and add, a block of time. If you want kind of I mean, for record keeping purposes, it is accurate, but if you want kind of the black bar to be in the middle, then you would just enter in the punch out time and then add an additional record, if that makes sense. So, what you can do is Farley, I don't know if you want to leave it like this, or if you want to break it up as it, shows it kind of across the board. It's up to you.
But either way, it's already accounted for correctly, right?
Yeah, it does look like she's getting paid for a total of 9 hours. Is that correct? Or is I think it's
No,
eight
she should be
hours,
getting
right?
8 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what we can do is we can just go ahead and put the time card in edit mode by just clicking and then hover over the blue bar here, and then we'll hit edit. And then we will have kind of the shift end, just clocking out at 3. I believe it was 3 o'clock.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. All right, Farley, yep, and you can hit save. You can hit show results. Alrighty, and then now what we'll do is we'll add the additional block of time from 3:30 to 7 a.m. So you can do add hour, and then yeah, you'll just adjust the times as needed, and then it will automatically kind of adjust itself on the time card.
What's the end time again? That one?
7 o'clock.
So it does look like before you hit save that the dates are a little off. Perfect. And then that should populate as normal. All right. So, yeah, it looks like it since we kind of have that break, the time card kind of duplicated it since it reads it, automatically a break. So you just need to delete one of them. Yeah, just hover over one of the half hours and then we'll be good. See? So now that is kind of how you can continue to edit the time card, make changes, nothing's set in stone. So if you find, you made an error, you can always go back and change it as you saw here. So yeah, it looks like Tuesday is good to go for 8.5 hours. Are there any other edits that need to be made or are we ready to move forward?
Question.
Sure.
Shouldn't it be 8 hours that are being added, since those 30 minutes are now paid? Because she should only be getting paid for 8 hours, not 8 hours and a half.
Yeah, I see that. Does her shift start at 10 or 10:30?
10:30.
Okay, so we just need to edit the time in to 10:30.
Okay.
And then that
Oh, yeah.
should, good catch, thank you.
No problem.
But yeah, like I said, it's super easy to kind of keep editing and again, nothing's set in stone, so you can, can't break it.
Yeah.
Much better. Okay. Yeah. So, thank you, Farley, for sharing your screen. Evelyn, are there any other changes that need to be made?
No other changes. I did have one question though.
Sure.
I noticed that Farley entered in as hour.
Mhm.
I noticed that if you enter in as punch, it works the same. Does it make a difference at all?
So if hour is kind of like we did here where we're adding, multiple hours. Punch is more so if somebody, forgot to clock in and you're just doing a punch in on their behalf or a punch out on their behalf. Does that make sense? So it's more so a punch rather than a block of time.
Understood. Okay.
But
Thank
they
you.
do essentially come to the same goal. So you could, do a punch in and then, do a punch out and it would eventually connect. It's really just really your preference. But yeah, so
Okay.
either one can be used.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Now, the next thing we will do is clear any alerts.
Yes. So yeah, you can go ahead and hit that alert detail. And this shows kind of missed shift. So because, the schedule's in the system, and you're aware of it, then you can, as Farley is doing, review and or excuse the status, and this will take away those caution symbols on the time card, if you will. So any notes, it looks reviewed, you can look at the date and time, and then it's been reviewed and we're, all good there. So yeah, perfect. Yep. So any records or, if somebody's out sick, you can kind of just add in those details there. Alrighty. Yeah, and so they will kind of still show on the time card as like that caution symbol, but it will now show reviewed. It's just kind of showing the employee that, hey, there was an alert that has been reviewed. And I see somebody has their hand up, so feel free to ask any questions. Yeah, Kenton, go for it.
So I noticed in the comment that you put in the right, it said HR reviewed.
That was me because I did it. But if you, whatever, if you did it, you can put, manager reviewed or whatever notes. It doesn't have to be any specifically. I just did it because I did it. And I'd say HR reviewed it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. That's all I want to know. So whoever's reviewing it, they put their name in there.
Yes, I mean, I would say so. Yes.
Okay.
In any other amplifying notes pertaining to that mispunch, as a matter of record, if or why it was reviewed, employee was late or was not able to clock in, so I, as the manager, did it. You can put whatever. It doesn't matter, but as long as it's detailed enough, not in a dissertation, but very summarized to say why, what was the cause of that review.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Okay, we'll move on to approving, I believe, this particular time card. Go ahead.
Yeah, so now we've made all the edits. Everything looks good. All that you have to do to verify a time card is go to the top left-hand corner where it says verification unverified. You can approve this on the behalf of the employee. If they, for some reason, were out of office or just didn't do it, you can approve it on their behalf. And you can also, of course, approve it as a manager or supervisor. And so you can just, let's see, important alerts. Thought we cleared them. Let's see. Yeah, go back to alert detail for me, please. And then hit save. Maybe it just didn't save. Let's see. Please change the status or notes of at least one. Yeah, it looks like it's been reviewed, so I don't know. Let's see. If you'll hit OK, just hit cancel for me. And then you can return to the time card with that little, yep, to the right. So go ahead and see if you can verify it on behalf of the employee. It may just mean that the system is looking, important alerts preventing verification. Let's see. Hover over the schedule area for me, if you will, kind of on the time card. If you just hover over kind of that pink area. I'm curious to see if anything pops up. Okay, then go ahead and click kind of the caution sign and one of the days that's missed.
Yeah, nothing's happening.
Yeah, it should. Go ahead and hit show results for me. In that black bar. Let's see. All right, so important alerts, it's been reviewed. Go ahead and go to all the way on the left-hand side, go to my dashboard for me. It's kind of one of the menu options there. I'm gonna see What else? Okay. So, if you go ahead and click the you have pending punches at the bottom there. Right. So if you go back to my dashboard there on the left hand, oh, well, actually, that looks okay. So if you go back to this pay period, I want to see. Okay, they are still there. So if you go to my dashboard and at the kind of the last option, you have pending punches. Go ahead and click that for me. Now, Farley, of course, you'll see all of
This one here, Mike, this is your guy here. What do we got going on here on the 27th?
Who's this? Which one is this?
This is Troy.
This is Troy. Oh, that's because so I added that because it would only let me go to it was kept saying that he was at 7 hours. So I added the hour.
Okay, yeah, we need, I don't think you, Lexi, can we assist in fixing this? Because I don't think I don't think he needs to do that. I think it was just something.
Yeah, so what we can do, so the current setup for the system is if you all put, 2 blocks of time and there's kind of an hour in between, the system will automatically read that as a meal. So what we can do is if you want to delete, we can kind of, so first, let me ask you this. What is the shift? The total shift is 7 to 3, correct?
7 to 4.
7 to 4. Okay. And then when was the break taken?
I think he took it at 11. He usually
Okay.
takes it from 11 to 12.
Okay, perfect. So then what we can do is we can go ahead and just kind of delete Friday the 27th. So if you kind of put it in edit mode, we'll hover over it and we'll just delete all of this data and then of course just add it back once all this is taken care of. All right. Okay, so if you hit show results, well, yeah, you can actually just go right ahead. Thank you.
All right, when is the shift?
It's
Yes.
7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
So what we can do, Farley, is go ahead and put 11 when he took the break. So 7 to 11. All right, and hit save. And then we'll add the 12 to 4 o'clock. And then it will automatically add in that hour. So yeah, we'll just add another block of time. So you can just click, yep. And yes, it was 12 to 4. All right. So yeah, all you have to do is kind of add the first block of time, the second block of time, and the system will automatically enter in kind of that meal for however long it may be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, and this, all right, let's fix the 30th real quick. So what we got going on here? So basically the same thing, correct?
Correct.
And it was from, what do you say, 12 to 4?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then what is this over here for Fridays?
That's sick time.
That's sick time?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And this is correct?
Correct.
Okay. So we'll go up here, look at any alerts, viewed. Like I said, you put whatever you want in the notes, but just for simplicity, for this training, so we don't belabor the hour, we're gonna go do it like that. Show results. Okay, everything should be correct. Then we go up here to verify and okay, and then okay, and Mr. Troy's